Liverpool are going to rue this result. That's 100% for a fact. And it absolutely baffles me how we are one of the best teams in the entire league, in all of Europe, at scoring goals, but we're also simultaneously one of the most wasteful teams at scoring goals in all of Europe. It's one of those games that we've quite literally gifted to Manchester United. The Gerald Kwanzaa back pass was an absolute gift. And the amount of chances that we squandered and then not putting the ball into the back of the net is going to end up coming back and biting us in the butt. I promise you that. If we get to a point in this title race where we make it to the end of the season, we're level on points with Arsenal, and they win a title on goal difference, that's the main thing you have to point to. Is it not? Right? What if everything stays the same? We all get results by the end of this title race, and we lose this title on goal difference. The only thing that you can really look at is the lack of clinical finishing from our forwards. It is a far cry from the Roberto Firmino, Sadio Mane, and Mohamed Salah days, where on a fast break, we knew that ball was getting put into the back of the net, and Firmino was going to make a good decision, and Mane was going to make a good decision and make it easy for Mohamed Salah to score. I think that's one of the main things that we are missing right now in this Liverpool team is a figure like Roberto Firmino, where he makes the best decision every time, even if that means that he sacrifices his own self scoring a goal. That's our biggest weakness in this team right now, is that these players, when they get into those positions, into the final third, they're overthinking and they make the wrong decision. There were so many times during this game where there was 5v3, 4v2, 5v2, some of these situations, and we made the wrong decision where a simple layoff, a simple pass to the right and to the left, it's a tap in. This is going to come back and to bite us in the butt. And we could be looking at a season, we could be looking at a string of games in the past month where Manchester United not only take the FA Cup from us, but they also take the Premier League from us. This is stuff of absolute nightmares for a Liverpool team. For a Liverpool fan, this is your worst nightmare. You are in the running to do a quadruple, and the team that stops you from doing that is Manchester United. They beat you in the FA Cup, and they steal points off of you in the league. To have you lose the title on goal difference because your forwards cannot put the ball in the back of the net. Luis Diaz is probably one of the most wasteful wingers that I've ever seen. He is a superb talent. On his day, he is unplayable, unguardable. But that means nothing if you can't put the ball into the back of the net. Same thing with Darwin Núñez. Shows absolute flashes of brilliance, where it's just like, man, if this kid can get his finishing together, he may be one of the top players in the entire world. But that's the main thing that's missing. And Mohamed Salah, I don't know if it's because he's been fasting due to Ramadan. I don't know what it is, but he's just been kind of off the mark recently, and also making a lot of bad decisions and miskicking things. There was a bunch of point blank chances that Mo actually missed. There was one with his right foot on the near post, and all he had to do was really just side foot it into the back of the net, decided to lace it, and it skied into Rosie. Tough game. If I were to give a man of the match, it wouldn't be to a Liverpool player. If I were to have to give it to a Liverpool player, I'd give it to Harvey Elliott. Harvey Elliott came on and he made a real difference, won that penalty, and dragged us back into this game. And you have to think, does Harvey Elliott get into this starting lineup in the next handful of games? Because he's been phenomenal this season. I don't think he's put a single foot wrong almost all season, and we have to give this man this chance. I know he's a great player, and on his day, he's probably one of the better players on the pitch. I think maybe bringing Harvey Elliott in for a couple games to play next to Maka and Endo might be beneficial, or maybe even putting Jones in the base of that midfield. When he came in, he gave a little bit more than Endo did. Endo looked tired, right? Maka wasn't really able to get into the game because Endo didn't have a dominant game. And maybe that's one thing that we look at is that, man, Maka has his best games when he has a really, really great center defensive midfielder in doing his job. And unfortunately, this is one of those rare occasions where Endo was not even in the game. And I know a lot of Manchester United fans are going to say Kobe Mino dominated the midfield. He did not. He actually was kind of absent the entire game, in my personal opinion as well, and then popped up with a worldie. Okay, I'm not going to hate. It was a worldie. It was a great goal. But to say he dominated the midfield, it's not. I wouldn't say all that. If I were to give a man of the match overall for both teams, it had to be Bruno Fernandes, weirdly. He made some really key tackles, made some stopped one chance, and went all the way back into defense and stopped a clear goal. And then, of course, that gifted goal from Gerald Kwanzaa, he knocked it in from almost the halfway line. Congratulations, Manchester United. I don't even want to say well earned or well deserved, but you got the point. It's one you stole, right? And one that is gifted to you. This feels more so like 2 points lost versus 1 point gained for Liverpool fans. But it's not over. We still got a string of games together. We still got so many more opportunities to make this right. We have to keep the faith. This is Jurgen's last season. We have to continue to march on. And it gives Jurgen something to think about these last handful of games. What can we do to tie things up and to get things on point? Because if we win the rest of these games and Arsenal win the rest of these games, we could lose this title on goal difference. And that would be absolutely heartbreaking. But again, all three teams in this title race have to go and win these games. They have to go and get these results. Just like today it showed. We actually have to go out and earn these results. Same thing with Manchester City. Same thing with Arsenal. They'll have to go out and win these games. So it'll be interesting to see what ends up happening in the next handful of weeks on who can endure this title race. It's one of the most intense title races that we've all been a part of. I'm stressed. I'm in the high stress zone most of the time from my whoop watching this damn thing. But we got to pick ourselves up and we got to go in. And we have to be better. We have to be better moving forward. Or we're going to look back on this season and it'll be another season of what ifs. And that's the last thing that I want from Jurgen's last season. Let me know what you guys think. Who was your man of the match? What needed to change? What would your lineup look like for the next handful of games? Are we still in this title race? Obviously we are, tied for first. But did we just blow it? Did we just give it away? Did we gift it? You let me know. We'll see you next time. Peace.